Hi, and welcome back to Sam's Tarot. I'm doing a second video today. The first one was a video response to Kelly Bear and the 5 decks I can't live without for Tarot. And right now I'm going to do an unboxing and first impressions video of an oracle deck I just received called the Spirit of the Animals Orca. Sorry, Spirit of the Animals Oracle. Man, I'm having a hard time speaking today. By Jody Bergsma. And there's that. I guess that looks a little bit better. And before I open this, though, I have to tell a little story. As a child, back in the I guess I was a little more older than a child. I was a teenager back in the 80s. And I lived in the very corner of Washington State and British Columbia, a place called Blaine, Washington. I forgot I had this on. And Jody Bergsma actually comes from that neck of the woods, a little town, city called Bellingham, Washington, in Whatcom County. And she was, I guess she would have been born in the 50s. So by the time she was in her 70s, she was an up-and-coming artist. And by the time she was in her, not her 80s, but the 80s, she was very well known in our neck of the woods. And she had amazing art. Absolutely loved her stuff. And hers was the first piece of art I actually bought for others. First for a girlfriend, then my parents, and then family. And even throughout the years moving away from the area, I always kind of kept in touch a little bit. And I'll go more about that in a minute. But I guess it was the really late 80s, very first of the 90s. I actually remember attending her grand opening for her gallery and storefront in Bellingham, Washington. I can only assume it's still there, but I have no idea. I haven't been back there in decades, literally decades. And I got to meet her, and she signed some pieces of art for me that I was to gift to others, including my mother at the time. And so I had a real connection with Jody's artwork. Even over the years with my wife for the last 10 years, I've gotten her and I some gifts. Here is a coffee mug about frogs from Jody Bergsma. There's her signature there on the side. She has one like this for a dragonfly, which she actually has at work. I actually have a little travel mug of the raccoons. And again, this is Jody Bergsma's artwork. She's quite talented. I've got several bookmarks over the years from her. There's just a couple of them. So as you can see, and by now already probably know, she does amazing work with animals, especially from the Northwest. So it's her stick. So when I saw that she had an oracle deck, I, of course, automatically had to get it. I mean, one of my favorite artists, someone who has influenced me with her artwork since my teenagers. I mean, we're talking at this point, well over 30 years, 35 years. So when I decided that I wanted to get into some oracle decks and was doing some research, and I found out she had one, this one had to be my first oracle deck. So here we are. And I'm going to flip through it a little bit and let you know what I think. Here's the cover box art again, her dragonflies. And yeah, just gorgeous. Love her artwork. And I'm going to probably be saying that a lot. So there is a poster in here. It is a 9-card power animal spread. And this opens up. I'll open it up at a later time. So Here's the booklet. And back. Looks like it's all in English. And looks like it's about 116 pages. Here is a picture of a younger Jody. And matter of fact, right here, Jody lives in Bellingham, Washington on her horse ranch with her daughter and her pets. She must be, let's see, she was born in I think it was mid 50s. So we're talking, yeah, she's well into 60, getting on to 70. As far as I know, she is still actively drawing and doing her art. So let me get this open. So let's segue here real quick and talk a little bit about what I feel about Oracle decks. So I'm actually not the biggest fan of them. I guess because I'm more kind of I don't like to use labels, but unfortunately, labels is the easiest way to help describe something. So under that terms, I'm kind of more of a traditionalist when it comes to using a tarot. I'm familiar with like what is that? Actually, I'm not that familiar with it, but the Lenormand cartography deck and cartography deck. That's a map. Cartography is a map. Carto. This one thing you'll have to just learn about me is I will get my words mixed up in a heartbeat. Anyway, I'm more traditional about with the tarot than anything else. So modern oracle decks is not my favorite thing. However, one thing that I've kind of adapted and why I'm exploring and going to be getting into some oracle decks is that I've kind of always used the tarot as a meditative tool more than a divination source. And really, a oracle deck to me, it seems like it's really just set up to help with that process. So I'm willing to give them more of a shot. Here is the back of the cards. Shows the cardinal animals in the various directions for bison, wolf, eagle, and bear, it looks like. This one here is B for community. One of the things I've already really like about this deck is the beveled edges. I just really kind of like that look. So get myself situated here a little bit more. These are definitely the artistic style that I remember and grew up with Jody. Just absolutely gorgeous. She does a really good job of capturing the spirits of the animals, which makes sense why she calls this deck the Spirit of the Animals Oracle. Oh, look at this. Black Jaguar. So yeah, I'm undecided on exactly how I'm going to use Oracle decks. I think her name is Katie Flowers, a fellow YouTuber, actually a lot more experienced than I am. She has a ton of videos out there. Give me one sec. And she does a lot of journaling as well. I usually have to point this out. I actually don't drink beer. I drink store brand sodas. Diet, of course. When you get old and fat like me, you have to make sacrifices. So I don't get to drink the real stuff anymore. Cougar. Anyway, I watch a lot of Katie's videos, and she does a lot of review stuff with Oracle decks, tarot, and then some journaling work. And one of the things that She does, and you know, I'm hoping I'm not getting her mixed up with the lady from Boho Tarot. Either way, both ladies are lovely. I love both their videos, and one, if not both of them, though, uses their oracle deck as kind of a weekly and a monthly read, and then uses their tarot cards as a daily read. So I'm seriously considering actually kind of doing something similar and simply using an oracle deck like this one to start off with as, that's gorgeous. Look at that water play. Using this oracle deck as a way to kind of get into it as a weekly or monthly meditation. And this is just beautiful artwork. I know I've said it plenty of times in this video already, and I will say it more and more. I am absolutely in love with Jody's artwork. Look at this dragonfly. It's amazing. Amazing coloring. Come on, get in focus there. I'm going to have to figure out where that light source is. I think it might be, yeah, that's the overhead light. That must be the phone light. So as you can tell, I'm not really too knowledgeable about video editing or anything like that, which is ironic because one of my passions is photography, and been a professional photographer for several years, and while I don't consider myself a professional now, I'm just doing amateur. You know, all this time, I've never really gotten into video until just lately. So if you're new to my channel here, one thing you'll find out and learn about me is I have a lot of speech impediments. I get a lot of words wrong. But the atmosphere that I am going for in my videos is just a relaxing kind of sit back, chill, and let's talk. So I'm going to invite you to introduce yourself in the comments down below. Leave a comment on what you think of the video so far. If you would, please hit that thumbs up button for a like. Really helps out, of course, as you already know, I'm sure. And if you enjoy your time that you spend here on the channel, please consider subscribing. If you do subscribe, make sure you hit that little bell icon so that you get notifications when I upload a new video. But yeah, the atmosphere I'm just trying to create is just one of just sitting back and relaxing. It's actually why I actually record this out of my living room, why I'm sitting on a recliner just sharing with you my thoughts and the cards that I'm sharing with you this day. One of my next upcoming videos, it might not be my very next one or anything. Actually, I would hope it's not my very next one. In a couple of weeks, I have the Solabusca Museum Quality Tarot kit coming in. And the Solabusca is an awesome deck, one of my probably favorite antique decks of all time. Look at that. Wow, it's beautiful. And I'll be doing an unboxing video for it. What else can I tell you, since I'm also trying to promote the channel here a little bit in this video as well. I have a Facebook, Sam's Tarot on the Facebook. I have an Instagram, same, Sam's Tarot. I'm still learning how to tie all that together so you can follow links and jump from one to the other, so I'm sure that will just kind of come in time as I'm learning. The northwest corner of Washington State is a very interesting and beautiful area. They have a, well, they used to have, and I'm sure I think they still do, a yearly thing called Ski to Sea. And the reason why is much like Seattle, Seattle has a Mount Rainier in its backdrop. Well, Bellingham and most of the other cities and communities, for that matter, in Whatcom County have Mount Baker as a backdrop. And it really is just a matter of a couple hours drive, really, to go from the top of Mount Baker down into the valley and off into the coast. And of course, just south, didn't we see one of these earlier? No, it was dolphins. So now we got the killer whales, the orcas. Beautiful. Where was I? So just south of Bellingham is Fidalgo Island, which is the entryway to the San Juan Islands. And by boat, you're actually closer to San Juan Islands from Bellingham than you were if you were to go all the way down and around on the island. But anyway, beautiful area. You can actually see the backside of some of the was it Orcas Island, I believe it was. Not too far out from Bellingham Bay. Now, I haven't been to Bellingham since mid-20s at the latest. We're talking 25 years. And in that time, my understanding is that the Alaskan cruise ships actually leave out of Bellingham, Washington now. Used to leave out of Seattle, but now they leave out of Bellingham. I know from seeing some videos and photographs, my old stomping grounds on Birch Bay, which was just outside of Blaine, Washington, a little bit north of Bellingham, about a half hour, if that, 20 minutes maybe, 30 minutes. A lot of the old stores and places that I was familiar with back when I was a young kid, when I was a teenager and young adult, simply aren't there anymore. The Sea Factory still is. And if you know what I'm talking about on that, you definitely have to leave a comment down below. But the Sea Factory is still there, as far as I'm aware. And then Blaine has really kind of grown up from this little fishing town and border crossing to, well, kind of an industrial powerhouse of a crossing now. So, I love this. There are certain animals that Jody Bergsma draws that have always been very appealing, and most of them are home from the Northwest, like the otters and deer and dragonflies and sea turtles. And why these aren't necessarily from the Northwest, just some of the things that she really does capture very, very well. And there's been no exception. Frogs, if you ever see her frog work, it's awesome stuff. Snow leopard. So if you are a person who likes art, especially animal, shamanistic artwork, go check out Jody. Do a Google search. It's probably jodybergsma.com or jodysbergsmagallery.com or something like that. And check out some of her artwork. And sometimes she does sales. Usually when I get like the cups or the travel mugs or bookmarks and all that stuff. And find your animal, whatever spirit animal you have. Myself, one of mine, which I kind of already will show again. It's one of my spirit animals, just the curious raccoon. But you can find your spirit animal that she has probably drawn, and she's probably done a few over the years, and find something you like and get it, and then put it up in your altar or your altar room. I think you couldn't do worse than that. And that was Jody Bergsma, the Spirit Animal Oracle. Thanks for spending some time with me, getting to know a little bit about me, a lot to know, hopefully, about Jody's artwork and her passion for animals and the spirit, shamanistic aspect of what she brings with that artwork. Um, it's, like I said, it's really neat after all these years um, to have her artwork come back into my life in such a way as this. It's amazing. Anyway, I appreciate you spending time with me today. Thanks for the view. Again, if you like what you saw, give a thumbs up. Um, Apologize for noises around everything. I'm still learning how to quiet down everything. But anyway, be sure to go ahead and subscribe if you'd like to. Thanks again for just spending some time with me today. I hope you have a good day. We'll see you next time. Goodbye.